Alright y'all, so I just made it back. Got my gas filled from my welder. Good to go again. I've been at it for probably an hour or so. And I just decided to go ahead and fully weld this side. I'm pretty confident it's going to fit. So I'm not quite done. I still have, you know, the ends over here. Right there and there. But I got all of this side done. And the corners and everything. Still have a cross member to put in. But I welded the inside and the outside. I'm all grinded down right there. So it's a long process. It takes a long time, patience. And I still have all this side to do on the inside. I guess I'll get a little bit of footage of me doing that. Y'all stay tuned. Alright y'all, I'm calling it a night. I've been at it for about 3 hours I guess, welding. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, my back hurts, my hands hurt. But we're getting it done. All I have to do is weld these two cross members in. I should do it tonight, but I'm too tired. I'll do it tomorrow. But everything's welded in. Got the corners. All of them, that's all done.
Tomorrow.
So it's the next evening. I went ahead and picked up where I left off last night. Welded in that support and that support. Now all of the supports are in that need to be in. And they're welded, grinded, finished on the top. Christina just helped me flip this thing over, and boy is it ever heavy. But now I've got to go ahead and weld all of the bottom. So that's going to take an hour or two, more than likely. And I got to close these little squares off where I had to notch it. But that's what she's looking like. Alright y'all, I think I'm all done for the day. I got all the bottom welded and grinded. Everything's in place. I'll take it over. I'll be doing that tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned.
Tomorrow for sure.
Alright y'all, so help showed up. We got this little motor hoist thing. We're gonna try to maneuver it with that. I'm gonna flip it over first and turn it around, and we're gonna try to stick it on that truck. See how it fits. Stay tuned. Alright y'all, we got it on the truck. We was holding our breath the whole time, a little nervous. But I tell you what, I thought it was going to look huge on this truck, but it fits pretty dang good. So we got it spaced right here with this piece of wood. That's where it's going to sit. Probably about 1.5 inches, 2 inches at the most from the cab. And we're gonna get some straps, some 3/8 thick straps that go down. We're either gonna bolt it to this or weld it to it. Not quite sure yet. Gonna bolt it to the frame for sure. And that's where it falls down. Out at right here. I mean, it is the same as the truck. I mean, it fits right there with it. So, as you can see, I definitely need to trim it out, but I didn't want the deck to be high because it's a four-wheel drive truck. Now all I gotta do is fasten it with some fishing string and we're good to go, and a little duct tape should hold. Alright, we're gonna stick the wood just to see what it looks like. So as you can see, the wood is kind of sticking up on this side because it's in the back, you know, kind of at a bind. But once I push it down and screw it down, it'll take shape. So this is what I was talking about with the spare tire. That's where it's gonna go. It's gonna mount to the outer frame rail. This little clampy job here is just holding the wood down because it's not screwed down to the angle iron here yet. It is wanting to puff up. But, so, it's pretty much right centered on it. The bottom side you're not gonna see because I'm gonna have a box that goes around it. Maybe some storage underneath to where the tire can go in. Not quite sure yet because the box is gonna go even with this step. So I'll have to see. Definitely gonna have to cut out over the tires because I have the deck so low. You know, not that the tire would actually hit, well it sort of would, you know, right here. But if I cut that out, I should be just fine. Go ahead and cut it, and then we'll put a piece of flat bore, like a little fender. And obviously the wood's not, you know, where it needs to be because I have to make a few little modifications to make it all fit. But just to kind of get the look of it. And that piece of wood is just there as a shim, a guide. I mean, it's the same width as the cab. I like that. I was wondering if it was going to poke out some. But I mean, it's right on. I like it. And I'm pretty happy about the curves, the little corners here. How they kind of match the cab. Same kind of design. That thing is heavy and solid. So right here we had an idea. Maybe make like a 12-inch by 12-inch box that goes all the way across. And have, you know, something come down here for the lights to be on. Maybe not be 12 inches, but you know, maybe 8 to 12 inches, something like that, depending on how much the lights will allow. But that way I can do a big door all right here. And I can make a U-shape box that goes all the way, wraps all the way around the chassis. And you have a big door on this side, a big door on the other side with a pass-through where you could put like a couple of trimmers or some hedge trimmers up in there. I mean, pretty much have a lot of storage space if I wanted to. I'm gonna have a 36-inch box here. I kind of like that spare tire there. What you think, babe?
I love it.
Oop.
It kind of makes it look old and new at the same time.
Yeah, it kind of just ties the eras in. And I'm thinking I want to do the dually the same way. I kind of like that tire design.
I do too.
With the wood. So the rails that keeps the lawnmowers from flying up. Basically, the headache rack's going to have a bar going across here, and the rail is going to connect here with expanded metal. And I'm probably going to come probably like right here, you know, about 1 1/4 inch. It'll follow right over this part. Just enough room for me to get it off the bolt, the lugs or whatever, to get it out. So it's going to come here, then it's going to shift this way, and probably right where that board's at, going to come back here. So the whole deck is about 80 inches wide. And you pretty much say 5 inches and 5 inches on each side is where the rail's going to be. And the reason I'm leaving that little bit of a lip is because I'm going to do my trimmers. Let me grab a trimmer. Go for it. So the trimmer racks will probably be like right here. We have one here, one here. We're also going to have the blower on here, probably one right here. Alright, so this is kind of the layout here. The tire is going to be right here, the blower right here. Unfortunately, the blower has to poke out a little bit because I didn't build the bed quite that wide. I didn't want the bed that wide. And I need 68 inches in between in order for my mowers to go in and walk around. Alright, so if you notice, the mirrors are poking out pretty far. So as long as the mirror is clear, the blower is going to clear. So the blower sticks out 6 inches. Right here, I'll have some kind of, something to hold this down when I put it on.
It also has the rub rail there too, so
Yeah, I'm gonna have a rub rail going on
it'll
right
be
here.
a little bit more going on there.
Yep. But as you can see, right up in here, all I gotta do is make a plate that that holds like a spare tire mount, and then weld it or bolt it to the inside of this. And all I need is just enough room to unbolt it and slide it over about 3/4 of an inch and lift it out. But I got just enough clearance, as you can see right here and right here. I got about 2 inches from the angle line to here, but the wood is like right up to it. What I may do is put me a board up in here just to kind of close it up, make it look a little better there. Of course, I'm gonna have my headache rack going here, so you probably won't even see that.
But we'll see.
Yep, it's coming together.
I'm excited.
So this is where this side will be. I have one trimmer and another trimmer. I have a rack coming up here. I'm sorry, a bar holding the trimmer rack, and a bar here. And it'll be just the opposite, the mirror image on that side. And that's how far the blower will be poking out.
Now the mirror is folded in right now
Yeah,
to get into the shop.
but it's 6 inches out, sticking 6 inches out. Right here, I have a little area which I think I'm gonna keep open. So right here is gonna have a bar for the rail that goes back. I'm trying to see where, yeah, about right here. And I'll have this little area to put stuff too. So I'm thinking maybe I could put my backpack sprayer there. Like when I come, I can put it on here and then turn it around and lock it in place. Something like that. I also need a spot for my trash bucket. It may end up going in my toolbox down here. Just floating ideas right now, but we're gonna make it work. It's gonna look cool. I really like that spare tire over there.
If y'all have any input or ideas,
Drop them in the comments.
let us know.
Gone somewhere and dyed my hair now. Wanna be alone. It's much to bear and you don't care, and I wanna play alone. I got you in my sight.